Pouncy House. We pounce and then we bounce.
Hey Ollie, what you doing?
I'm watching Pouncy on Pouncy House.
Oh, I like Pouncy. Can you subscribe?
Yes, Mom.
We pounce and then we bounce. Hi everyone, how are you? Pouncy here. Today we're going to talk about your friendship circle, energy vampires, people who you meet just quickly on the street or at a store or whatever the case may be. So really, it's really regarding your environment of human beings. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have a problem like this from another species. It's going to be our own species. I'm going to try to be nice about this because this is a little difficult to deliver. Okay, so you have your friends and let's say your family. Okay, let's start there because it's like a tier in your life. And in that tier, you know, you might find some family members that are not supportive of you. Okay, you need to chill. That would be Wilbur. He's a monster. He doesn't like me being on the telephone or on my computer or watching TV. These eyes need to be on him. He's a doofus. Anyway, so let's get back to the tier, your family and your friends. It's very important to a lot of people. They say, you know, blood is thicker than water when it comes to family. And I think people made up that expression so they can cope with a lot of the crazy shit that goes on within a family. And, you know, it all depends on the circumstances. I'm not going to speak about myself. I might do some type of things, but this isn't really about my experiences. Actually, it is. It's about my experiences, which equals to my education, and I put that all together. So I'll just vaguely explain. Within my family, great people, great professionals, no entrepreneurs really that I can think of besides my brother and my brother Joe. The rest of the family, you know, work for other people, and hey, whatever makes you happy, because I worked for other people before I became an entrepreneur. But what I noticed is that I really got very minimal support from my family. Like, it's almost like they practically don't know what I do, and I've spoken about it many, many times. So it's kind of like you're beating a dead horse because you're really hoping that they're going to buy your product or they're going to be interested, because I have a phenomenal product. A lot of people out there know what the product is. Cleaning product. It's just fabulous, completely environmentally safe, food safe. However, you know, for some reason they're not interested, and it is what it is. It's not like you can't force people, just like you can't force a relationship. If somebody's not attracted to you, you can't make them like you. It's like just not going to happen. So, but year after year, it's like you start to think to yourself, like, wow, like, why wouldn't they? Like, why wouldn't they want to be part of something that I'm doing that's humanitarian? It takes a lot of energy and my time. My God, I've educated myself every day since I started my business, which is almost 20 years now. Wilbur is saying, Wilbur, oh, he's the eco-ranger. See, you're the eco-ranger. Wilbur's my mascot for my business, so he's getting very upset that he's not included in this conversation. Do you have something to say about the environment? You have something to say? You like to drink clean water, green juice? You are so funny. Oh my God, he's the epitome of not being a real dog. I feel like I have a human. So anyhow, the point is, let's get back to, so my issue was support with family. Like, I really felt hurt inside that they wouldn't support me, and they really didn't seem to connect to what I do, and other strangers did. So, and what I found in my journey is that a lot of people won't connect to what you're doing because they find what you're doing to be something that they start judging themselves personally. They start looking inward, like, what have I done? Or how come I'm not doing that? Or whatever. And it's like, it's ridiculous behavior, but this is the psycho babble that goes on in their brains. So therefore, they don't recognize what you do because it would make them look at themselves more. So they just pretend it doesn't exist. Oh, got blindfolders on. I don't see it. You have issues. So the point is, with you people out there, when you run into this, just I want to get to the point with family, friends, you want to make a congressional decision in your brain to say, I don't think this person, he does weird shit. I don't think this person is worthy of my time or my life, because they're just going to continue to make you spiral and spiral emotionally, whether you're sad or you feel like you're constantly trying to let them know what you do because you're waiting for them to kind of recognize it. And it's draining. It's energy, taking energy. So it goes back to energy vampires. Energy vampires don't need to be evil or dark or weird. They could be average people that are just around you, and they could be just your friends. And what you have to do is take note. This is called where awareness and consciousness comes in. You might say, how do I feel this morning? Or how do I feel this afternoon? You have all this energy, and then you get on the phone with this specific person, and then you realize afterwards, you're like, oh, I feel drained. And the person wasn't necessarily rude to you. The friend you were talking to or family member, very nice and all this stuff, but you just feel like your energy was zapped. That's what they're called. They need to fill their energy up. It's almost like a gas tank. So you have to think about those types of people that surround you. And unfortunately, it could be anyone. It could be your spouse. It could be a family member, a friend, whatever. So I would just suggest you walk with caution when it comes to that, because your vibe is your tribe. Again, your energy space is affected by other people. We're going to talk about strangers in a minute. So you need to not be, let's like a loaded gun, but it is something that you need to be conscious of. So you could say, hey, I feel drained, or I feel moody, or I feel this or feel that. Why do I feel this way? And it could be very well from someone else that's in your circle, or someone else that's in your home. So there's all different things that you can do. You can play isochronic music. I've sent that to a lot of my clients that come see me for healing. Isochronic music, you can Google it. It's on YouTube. And you find different ones that you instinctually feel that, it matches your energy or vibe. You'll just intuitively say, I really like this. And you want to do one that removes negativity from your home, and then find another isochronic music that brings the energy into your home. And I'm going to try to put those links below so you can check it out yourself. And, you go from there. But there's all different types of things with isochronic music, and you can research it yourself, or you can just follow some of my videos that will follow this, explaining some of that stuff. But today's just about energy. So, again, let's go back to strangers. You go out to the store, and you have this cashier that looks like, she's having the worst day of her life, and she's treating everybody rudely. Well, let me go back. Rewind. When I was about 21 years old, I'm in line. There's an older man in front of me. He's about 60 years old. And the cashier's rude to him. And I'm like, when is this guy going to say to her, you need to cool it, or, stop being rude to me or something? Because she was really blatantly rude to him. And I was watching him. Gave her the money. Thank you. Yeah. And then afterwards he says, have a good day. He walks out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why wouldn't he stand up for himself? Why wouldn't he say something to her and put her in her place? Well, now I realize what the difference is, and I'm getting better at this, is you don't. Because you're exchanging energy with that person. That person already is in a bad mood. They're a toxic bomb, in so many words. And they might have a lot of shit. And as soon as they focus in on you, and they say, if you say to them, hey, can you cheer up, or can you do, right away it's like, what did you say to me? Blah, 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 blah. And you've got that energy coming at you. You can't see it, because it's like radiation. You can't see it, but it's coming at you. And you know what? It's being stored into your body, which then you go home, and all of a sudden you feel funky and weird. And you're like, what the fuck is this? So you got to think about that movie Crash. That was a movie that was trying to give a subliminal message to people. It's like, watch and pay attention to your interactions with people. Again, another video I'll do on the power of intention, your power of your words. So, by him being nice to her, it shifted her to not be rude to him, or maybe it checked her, So there's a lot of opinions, and you can leave your opinion below. There's a lot of ways that people deal with this, or a lot of thought processes where people say, well, if you're nice to someone, they'll be nice back. Not necessarily. I've had days where I've been, really nice to someone, knowing they're having a bad day, and they've still been rude to me. And then I'm not in the best place. But I've learned through my spiritual journey that that is a bad thing to do, because it only heightens their anger and their negativity, and then they blast it onto you. And that is truthfully the truth. You can look under science and see when atoms get combusted with other atoms or electrons, and everything gets thrown off, it's scattered energy, your energy space becomes like a whirlwind. And people say that, oh, I feel like I was just knocked around, or I don't understand, I just don't have any energy. So science books weren't lying to us when it comes to physics. So I'm not going to get into all that because I'm not a big physics major, but you understand the point. So you want to kind of keep your energy space clean. Animals, very few animals you'll ever run across that is negative. Just not going to happen. It's mostly humans and their interactions, and then their interactions make their interactions rude to other people, and so on. So this is just a little note of information I can give you, and it would make your life a lot easier and happier. And I live in my bubble. It's very, very happy and peaceful. But, big but, when I do have a big butt, but not that big of a butt, but a bubble butt, bubble. Anyway, so when, I can say that people influence me sometimes in my personal life with their problems or stuff, or I have energy vampire friends that call me, and you could just feel their energy is taken from you, and they really don't mean to, but they are. So you have to limit it. It's like a checklist. Like, oh, I'll talk to this person this many times a week. Oh, I check in with this person. You just have to be cautious of it. And in today's day and age, we have a lot on our plate, period. A lot on our plate, a lot to deal with as far as our foods and how to stay healthy, how to stay more youthful. Because I think we want to stay more youthful, but in essence, I think our bodies can stay more youthful, but it's the circumstances. I will say it again. It's the circumstances in our life that causes our body to age faster. And I will take that to the bank. That's 100% true. So, on that note, I hope that I have helped someone today. This is just off the cuff. When I do my Pouncy House videos, I'm not really preparing for them and writing stuff down because I really don't have a lot of time. But I'm trying to share some of my knowledge and some of the education that I've received or personal experiences to maybe help influence someone else's life. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Don't be mean. Try to be nice. No energy vampires. And please subscribe if you like. There's going to be more and more videos coming, and some of them are going to be funny. But I'd like to keep it real and serious when it comes to this kind of stuff, because it's like life is too short, and it's so important to kind of do the things that you need to do to protect yourself from this type of energy. And then at the same time, you're healing yourself, and you're starting to realize it's empowering. Wow, I'm really choosing the right foods. Now I'm choosing the energy space I have around me. I'm waking up more. You know what I mean? So hopefully this was educational for you. And now Wilbur is sleeping. He's a monster. He's a monster. He won't let me do anything unless he's sleeping, but he's sleeping only because I'm laying next to him, sitting next to him. As soon as I get up, he's up. So anyway, everyone have a nice rest of their day, and Pouncy's out. Peace.
We pounce and then we bounce.
Don't forget to like Pouncy's video
And subscribe!